Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, we are officially at war. I am really saddened by having to do today's commentary, but I feel that it was unavoidable. No, I didn't want to talk about this. I was hoping to just really cover pop culture and, things that were, maybe a little bit lighter. However, this is unavoidable. As of Friday, we are at war. We are in the thick of it. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of our children have now been deployed to Iran. The U.S. death toll, as of the recording of this video, is at 13. And that may seem like a small number, but even one is too many. Even one is too many. Why are we there? And maybe you can help make some sense of this. Help me make some sense of this. Because I truly don't understand. Welcome to She's Got the Mic, where we pull up a chair and we have dialogue with one another and figure out what's really going on. It's your girl Felicia. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, but definitely use the comment section to help me understand what is currently going on. Why do we have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of our young people being deployed to this foreign land? As we speak right now, they are en route to Iran, if not already there. Why? And every news outlet is covering it. Newswire, Daily Mail, NPR, CNN, Fox, Forbes. Everyone is covering it. Why? Because it is happening. It's happening in real time, and everyone is trying to make sense of it. Honestly, I don't see too much coverage that actually agrees with what's going on. I don't see too much coverage that is, hey, hurrah, hip, hip, hooray, look at us, the big bad United States. We're marching in to save the day, because that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. Why are we putting our kids at risk? Why? What? Let me know in the comments if you have some sort of explanation that makes this more palatable, because right now it's hard to digest. And again, the news coverage is everywhere. I'm not the only one talking about it. I'm not the only podcaster, YouTuber that's talking about it. It is everywhere. Every outlet that you can possibly think of is giving their take on it. And again, no one seems to know why this is necessary. They don't. And I read something, and it was on NPR News, that the president said that this war would end when he felt it in his bones. Feeling it in your bones, sir, is not a logistical tool. Your gut feeling is not a logistical tool. Who's advising him? Is he taking the advice? What's really happened? What are they covering up? What is it that they're not saying? Because again, I fail to see how this makes any sense. And again, I need y'all to sound off in the comments, because maybe you do. Maybe there's someone out there who understands why this is necessary, why our kids are going over there and fighting a war that is not ours to fight, in my opinion. Is not ours to fight. And again, I've looked at a lot of the coverage. I've been looking at it since last night. And no one seems to actually agree. There's a lot of unbiased coverage, and there's a lot of, coverage against it, but I don't see a whole lot of coverage for it, which tells you something. Because if you don't have a whole lot of people rallying for this to say, hey, this is a necessary thing, we need to do it, this is going to be better for for them, for us, for the world. You don't have a whole lot of people saying that. Even the diehard supporters of that guy are kind of mum. They're not necessarily, shouting to the rooftops in favor of this move. And to say that it's not going to end until you feel it in your bones, that's scary. What type of leadership is that? Again, if there's someone out there who can make logical sense of this, and I do mean in layman's terms, not laying it out, in military speak or in, scientific speak that we're not going to understand. If you can lay it out plainly, please drop that in the comments, because at this present moment, I do not know why this is happening. And as a matter of fact, I feel personally outraged. And I feel like others should be too. Maybe it's not my place to feel that way. And you can let me know that in the comments as well. But this to me seems like gross negligence. Gross negligence. We're going to see how it all plays out. We're going to hope, we're going to pray for the best. But I don't see anything good coming out of this. I just don't. We have ships going over there right now. We've got Marines being deployed. The last bit of news that I saw, it was up to 5,000 U.S. Marines that were going over there currently, either en route or as of the time that you watch this video, they have already arrived. What is the end result of this? Where are we going with this? What is it that we are trying to accomplish? What is it that we are supposed to accomplish with this, other than more casualties? And again, maybe I'm not versed enough on this topic to have full understanding, and that's where I need you to come in, and help me with this conversation, and maybe I'll do another follow-up video after that, after I've had more understanding. But right now, I've got one big question mark. Why is this happening? Because it seems unnecessary, and again, it seems grossly negligent. I'm personally outraged, and I don't know if you are as well. You can let me know that in the comments too. But something has to stop. Something has to stop. We're headed in a direction that I don't think this country is ready for. We're headed to war and a recession. A war and a recession. 92,000 jobs have been lost, just wiped out. Stocks are tanking. Gas prices are through the roof. Milk is $20 a gallon. And now our kids are going off to war. Help me understand. I need you all to help me understand. And then I'll come back and I'll report. But right now, it seems unnecessary, and I cannot stress enough. It feels like a lot of ego is what it feels like. It feels like someone is trying to play a part in a Western movie like their character is, I don't know, Billy Badass from the West or something like that. I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of personal ego involved that's putting millions of people in jeopardy. And I don't think that you can play Russian roulette with people's lives and livelihoods like this and it end well. I don't know. Is this what it was going to take for people to realize that a bad choice was made in terms of leadership? I don't know. I really don't. But maybe you can help me understand so that I can come back and give a report on what all of this really means. Because right now, we don't know what the heck is going on. We don't know what the heck is going on, and we certainly don't know where we're going to end up with all of this, because I don't see any good in it. Right now, all I see is bad. It's all bad. So we're going to hope, we're going to pray, and we're going to try to maneuver through these next days, weeks, months, and however long, because again, our leadership said that it's not going to end until he feels it in his butt. Now that I can't get over. And again, this was reported via NPR News, but I just cannot get over someone saying that. You hold the highest office in the nation, and your answer to when this is over with is when you feel it in your bones? Yeah. We've got to pray, y'all. We've got to pray, and we've got to hope that this ends soon. Let's pray for our troops. Let's pray for our families. Let's pray for really the nation, the world as a whole, because we are headed in a bad, bad, bad situation. Let me know in the comments what you think. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button. Share this out to your friends, because maybe you have, some people that you know that have more experience and more knowledge about this that can help all of us understand why we are in this situation. Yeah, that's all I've got on that today. But let me know. All right. I love you guys. It's your girl, Felicia. Until the next video.